Hey, so I want to tell you a story about something that happened yesterday. Conversation I had with a fella who I will call Joe. Joe had started his morning by watching news, and in the news he was told two things that I'm not going to say upset him. That's probably too strong of a word, but it certainly did not help his joy. The first bit of news was that we should no longer use the word mummy, and the correct term is now mummified person, and he wasn't too crazy about that. And then the second thing that he heard on the news yesterday that upset him was apparently A&W Root Beer has a bear for a mascot, and somebody has decided that the bear now needs to wear pants. I asked him, I'm like, Joe, where are you getting your news? Because who cares, right? There's so many other important things. Who cares? And he told me, but it didn't matter. Every morning we have a choice of how we're going to start our day. And if your morning routine does not help you start your joy or feed your joy, why are you doing it? So many things we do out of routine, and just because we don't really think about it, we just kind of go, we just do what we always do. Listen, if your morning routine does not feed your joy, change your routine. And then later that morning, the conversation moves on to apparently in our school district, in the area that I work, there's a child who feels that she is a cat. And I don't know the details. I've only heard this story from one other patient. I guess maybe she comes to school looking like a cat. She acts like a cat, and apparently it's called a flurry. I don't know. I guess I should look that up. I should Google it. But anyway, he was all twisted up because the school is allowing her to come to school, I guess, dressed like this and acting like this. And he thinks that the school is doing her a disservice and doing her harm by allowing her to continue this behavior. And then he proceeds to call her a whack job. I don't know this kid. I don't know the situation. I don't know the truth of it. I do know that if you're calling a child with a possible mental condition, or who's simply just going through a phase, a whack job, you've got worse problems than that school who's not doing anything about it. And so why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story is because I went about the conversation with him all wrong. And I know better, and I still did it wrong. And I've been ruminating about it ever since yesterday, which kind of goes with this week's topic about, having these recurrent thoughts that don't help you. This one helps me, though, because I feel what I should have done or could have done better is just to ask him what he's afraid of. All emotion either comes from love or from fear. And if you're calling a child a whack job, that's not love, right? So what is he afraid of? Is he afraid? I shouldn't laugh, but I really can't help it. Is he afraid that the school will be filled with children acting like raccoons and chimpanzees and squirrels, and that it'll be overrun and education will go amok? What is he afraid of? Somebody asked me this morning, I was telling the story to them, and they said, well, Kathy, it's not your job to change him, and it's not. But I see the good in him. I know the good in him. I want to see Joe happy. And man, he is not on a happy train. So if you run into a situation like mine, and you feel like you can make a difference, and you feel strong enough, courageous enough to say something, maybe have a plan about what you're going to say. Don't do what I did. Anyway, think about your joy. Think about what feeds it and what steals it, and then go from there. Have a great day.